Hello everyone and welcome back for more mail. It's August mail. This is all the mail we got in August, and to be honest, it's not that much. It's actually a very small amount. I think it's because during August there was like no mail videos that came out, so people kind of forgot about mail and then didn't send mail. So there's a lot of mail in September because in June there was with the mail. July in the... you guys understand. Anyway, first letter is from Lucas. Dear StephenMail, your videos are hilarious. I discovered your channel from your Portal 2 Let's Play, and I have just recently finished taking the journey. Enclosed in this letter are my prized Squadron Hawks and my foil mana. Please handle with care. And there are actually a team of 4 Squadron Hawks. Caw.
Aww.
And also a foil swamp. Then there's a question here. It says, when did Stephen start saying piss all the time? Do you know?
No.
Because I actually don't know, and I've never been able to quite figure it out. I know I started doing it for Stephen Plays, and I may have done it before then, but I actually haven't pinpointed like one exact spot when I did.
I don't know.
Maybe one day I'll find out. William sent us a letter last month, but he's sending us another letter this month because it has the things that he decided to send us. He also goes through and explains some of the various cool information bits about the Pokemon cards he included. There's a lot of them. They're all members of my team: Gyarados, Bulbasaur, Kadabra, Pikachu, Pidgey, and Nidoran. But there's one in particular I thought was interesting. And it says there was an attempted lawsuit against Nintendo over the Pokemon Kadabra, which I will hold up, by a man called Uri Geller, and Uri Geller claimed to have the ability to bend spoons with his mind, and the card I sent is one of the last printed cards of Kadabra. It was interesting for 2 reasons. For one, I didn't know that Uri Geller was the person that like started the whole spoon bending thing. But it was also interesting because, and you may not know this, but Kadabra is named James Randi. And James Randi was the guy that, or I named him in the LP Randy, but he's named after James Randi. And James Randi was the man who, in front of millions of people on national television, took on Uri Geller and was like, Uri Geller, you are a fraud. Stop telling people that you have psychic powers. And Uri Geller was like, no dude, they're real. And James Randi was like, okay, well why can I also bend spoons? And then James Randi bent spoons and was also like, you don't have no psychic powers, yo. Stop fooling the people. It's magic. Why can't you just let it be magic? And then James Randi shortly after started the whole fund of like, psychics aren't real and you shouldn't believe them, and here's like $1 million if you're actually psychic. And then I think they increased it to like 10 million. Wow. So it's interesting because Uri Geller took it against Kadabra, and in my LP, Kadabra's named Randy, and Randy and Uri Geller actually have a connection. Anyway, William also says, these cards are of Pokemon on your team from Leaf Green, which I stated, and he says he started watching the journey soon after he sent his first letter. He's currently on day 250, and he has finished the Pokemon Leaf Green Let's Play. And there was also another little sheet of paper in here, and he asked a question. He says, really important question. When do PAX Prime tickets / badges usually go on sale? Because I'm planning on going next year with my girlfriend. Unfortunately, the way that PAX does it is kind of bad. They do it the best they can, I guess. They just sell passes so quickly. There is no date. It's kind of without warning. PAX East badges are going to go on sale probably in November. We have no idea what day. We have no idea what time.
It could be October.
It could be October. It could be December. But randomly, someday, they will send out a tweet that's like, PAX badges are on sale. And in 20 minutes, the 4-day passes will be gone. Before that night, all of the Friday passes will be gone, or the Saturday passes will be gone. It's insane. It's insane. And my my best advice would be to follow the official PAX Twitter and look at it a few times a day for the next 3 months if you want to go to PAX East. Or did you say Prime? You said Prime. Okay, well Prime, May?
It was May, April,
It was like May or April, but still, same thing. You have no idea when it's happening, and that kind of sucks. Next up is a letter from Phillip, and he says, like most other people, I first found you when I was on YouTube searching for Chugga Conroy videos, and I was like, who in the world is this guy, and why I struggle with him? Since then, I've been keeping an eye on both Stephen Vlog and Stephen Plays. I've also noticed that you have a wiki, and I decided to start contributing to that. And I've been making and editing awesome wiki pages. And I actually know Philip, and he maybe doesn't know this, but I know of you, and I know of your channel. And I wanted to say thank you for working on the wiki. For those who are watching and don't know, we have a wiki, and there's like 900 pages on it, but it actually needs a lot of work because there's still a lot left to put on there. So big shout out to Philip for working on the wiki and working on it so hard. There's just a very small handful of people that work on it, and I give big major props to those people because they're kind of working on it as a small little group alone, and I appreciate their work. Anyway, I have been watching your videos for almost 2 years now. Also, the envelope you are holding contains many things, which I will now point out. First off, we have a picture here of Pikachu, and it's a very adorable Pikachu. And my little guy's like, Jithers? And I'm like, that's not Jithers, is it? Because it's too cute to be the Jithers that I drew. Also, Philip included a recipe for cherry vanilla root beer floats. Ooh. It's pretty sweet, and he has his permission slip. Don't forget, you need your permission slip from Dave, it's on the screen right now. And he also included a picture of said floats, so we can get all excited.
Can we make this weekend?
They look amazing, don't they? Anyway, he says, I do have some questions. First question, you both have worked together through Portal 2 co-op and Minecraft custom maps. Will you be doing Portal 2 co-op custom maps? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, the reason we haven't done them already is just because they haven't been really requested. People haven't been like, we want to see these. If there was a lot of people that are like, we really want to see Portal 2 co-op custom maps, and we might do them, but we've had so many other projects that we've been working on. That's been the main reason. The other question, when you started Demo Fridays in October of 2011, you started with a demo for Sonic, and it eventually became a full LP. It happened again with Magic Duels of the Planeswalkers, which started as a demo in December and then became a full LP a month later. Will there be more instances like that? And will there be similar instances like this for First 20? Yes. And actually, if it hasn't already happened, I'm sure it's going to be happening very, very soon. We can use Demo Fridays and First 20 to gauge interest for a project. So even if we don't know at the time that we're going to be doing something, but Battle Block Theater is actually one of the games that's on our potential LP list right now, and that was Demo Fridays. It was fun. And it was fun. So we can either do a game that we just wanted to try out and then people end up really liking it, and then later we're like, we should revisit that and actually do a full LP. Or we can actually do a Demo Fridays or a First 20 with the idea in mind of, let's see how people respond to this. And then if people respond to it really positively, we can say, okay, now we know the audience is there and we should proceed and do an LP. Next up is a letter from Ryan, who says that he found out about our channel from Pokemon's Leaf Green. Pokemon is one of my favorite things around. I'm in the process of writing a guide for every single generation. I come from a family of cooks, and I also have to ask, banana bread or biscotti? Banana bread. Banana bread. I mean, it's not that I don't like biscotti, but come on, man. Banana bread's one of my favorite things. Banana bread, it's amazing. He also finishes off his letter by saying, coming from a 8th grader, how did you like 8th grade? I thought it was okay. I don't know. I didn't really like middle school. It's an interesting time in your life. You're the big fish leaving the pond. Yeah. Because you're the kings of middle school. You look down on the little 6th graders, and then you move into high school, and then everything changes, and you feel incredibly small yet again. Which doesn't really happen in college. No. In college, it feels like everyone's just the same. You know, people that have been there for 8 years and people that have been there for 1 year, everyone's really cool. I mean, you do have undergrad and grad, but... well, yeah, but no one's, like, picking on you. Yeah. You hit 17 or 18 and everyone's maturity level just spikes. I mean, it can certainly go higher later, but as for me, 8th grade was... It was actually a good time, just because I had went to a different school in 6th and 7th grade, and then in 8th grade I went back to my original school, and then all my friends were there, and it was like kind of like a reunion of a year. So it was a good time for me. I actually really liked it. Next up is a letter from Daniel, and he says, as a massive Pokemon fan, I watched Chuggaaconroy's Fire Red playthrough, and then I found your Pokemon Leaf Green playthrough. I like to know other people's favorite Pokemon. Mine's Umbreon, so what is yours and Mal's? Mal's, yours is Skitty?
Yes.
Skitty or Eevee. But every time you say Eevee and Carly hears you, she slaps you.
Yeah.
Because she's like, that's mine. You can't have that
Mew.
one.
Mew is cute.
Yeah, but you can't get Mew.
That's why I like Skitty best.
He's elusive. My favorite Pokemon is Venusaur because he's cute. Also, Daniel says, thank you for sharing your life. Your cats are adorable. And at the bottom here, I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
We have Umbreon and Espeon, and it's cute. And I'm the Umbreon, and I'm patting you on the nose. I'm like, pat. That's what I did in the picture. But I was a cat, or a dog, or...
You missed it.
Whatever Umbreon wants to do. What?
That.
Oh, you slapping me?
You poked me in the eye.
Did I poke you in the eye? I just did this.
Close.
I mean... Umbreon! Also, Daniel sent us some Pokemon cards. Forgot to point that out. Next up is a letter from Kirby, who sent us a letter actually pretty recently. He says, Dear StephenMail, hello, it's Kirby again. I'm writing out of appreciation of your guys doing what you do. You provide entertainment to me and all, but you lift my spirits when I miss my dad in Korea. Recently I've been watching Gaijin Goomba and Game Theory and wonder what you think of them. I have never heard of Gaijin Goomba, and I think I'm saying that right. I don't know if you have.
You are.
Okay. I
haven't seen it.
I have heard of Game Theory, and I've seen at least one or two, although I don't remember which ones I saw, but I remember enjoying them because I finished them. Generally on YouTube, if I start watching something and I'm not entertained within a very short amount of time, I don't finish watching it. So if I finish watching it, that means that it was good. So, I mean, it must have been okay. Letter from Robert starts with a signed Yu-Gi-Oh card and then says, hello, my name is Robert. I'm 17 years old and today is my last day home. Tomorrow I begin freshman year of college at Fairleigh Dickinson University in New Jersey. On my last day here, or rather last day for a while, I wanted to take the time to write to you and show my appreciation for your videos. The first time I ever heard of you two, I was watching the Runaway Guys Super Smash Bros. Tournament for the N64. I remember very distinctly thinking that the battle between you two in the losers bracket was absolutely fantastic, which it was. It was actually a pretty good match. If anyone hasn't seen it, they should look it up. Up until that point, I had no idea who you guys were, and I did not know you were doing Let's Plays, vlogs, or anything. I didn't even really know who Emil was at that point. I had just been looking for tournaments to watch. Then I watched the one where you proposed him out, and that sold me. So I went back and watched them all. I started at the beginning of July. I finished the journey a week ago, and man, was that wild. It's incredible to be able to sit down and watch a series of videos and then realize that you've watched days of a person's life go by. It is a weird thing. Like, I don't really think about that as a creator, but to sit down and watch 3 years of my life is probably kind of wacky. Huh, even I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm all caught up and I watch your videos as soon as they appear in my sub box. I'm really quite excited to start watching your new Let's Play of The Last of Us in about 15 minutes, which now has been going on for a bit. But all of that aside, there's an important reason why I feel I must write to you. I wanted to thank you. Thank you so much for restoring my faith in relationships and people. It goes beyond you two being cute together or all the nice things you do for people. You were in a long-distance relationship. You made it work. You took risks doing what you loved and made it work. You've supported each other through everything, and that speaks volumes. And it's especially important to me that I see it can be done because going off to college is a stressful thing on both me and my relationship. I'm not traveling too far from home, but it's still going to be very difficult to see my girlfriend, and we both know that. I'm not sure why I'm writing all of this. Maybe I'm just an emotional wreck because I'm going to college, which is fair. Either way, I feel opening up to you is quite easy, and I thank you for what your videos have done. I know by the time you read this, it will be quite late, but still, happy anniversary to the both of you. Thank you. I sincerely wish the best for you both. Continue making these incredible videos and sharing your lives with the world. Give my regards to your awesome parents as well. And of course, all of my love to Sagan Kepler and the original vlog cat, Rocco. Robert, fantastic letter. Absolutely fantastic letter. Thank you. Next up's a letter from Josh, who says, Hi, StephenMail. I just want you to know that everything in the following letter is just kind of a joke, but anyway, you are awesome. And before we jump into the other stuff, he has a few questions. He says, what is your favorite X-Men? Or who is your favorite X-Men?
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Is that an X-Men?
Dr. Jane? Dr. Gray. Never mind. I'm right. There's an X-Men called Phoenix.
Okay, sure. I don't know anything about X-Men, so I'll say Wolverine because that's one I know. So he's my favorite. I really don't know anything about X-Men. I know that there's Wolverine, there's Storm?
Storm.
Is that her name? With the white hair and then everything explodes. And then there's
Cyclops.
Cyclops got the glasses.
Uh-huh.
And then there's
Did you see the movie?
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Did you see the movie?
No.
Never.
I've never seen anything. I've never watched a cartoon. I've never seen any of the movies. I know literally nothing about X-Men except from popular culture, which has given me those three things. Like 15 years ago in a Hardee's Happy Meal, I got a Storm figurine, and it came with a little trading card, and it was like, Storm, blah, 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 X-Men. I was like, oh. And then that was how I learned. The second question, who's your favorite Pokemon outside of first gen?
Skitty's not first gen.
Well, you get an easy one. I legitimately can't think of a Pokemon. I guess.
That's Haley's favorite.
I just don't have a Pokemon that I like outside of first gen. It's not that the second gen is bad. It's just that I'm so familiar with the first gen.
You don't know.
I don't really have any emotional attachment to second gen. I didn't play it like I did the first one. But Sudowoodo is a really good answer. Anyway, there's another set of letters and such in here. And it basically more or less jumps into fan art. And Mal is drawn as Misty, and all of the Pokemon from my team are in here. I'm just going to show you guys this and let you see it for yourself. It might be easier to do. We also have pictures of Jitters and Randy. Once again, seeing Randy with spoons is interesting now because of the whole thing. And finally, we have Greg and Gooby. And it says, screw you, Lapras. Gooby is better.
Gooby, please.
Gooby, please. Gooby is cooler. It's just Gooby. I didn't end up using Gooby because of some type stuff that was specific to the versions where, or the generations where in this early generation the whole physical special attack thing with the water didn't work, and it made more sense to use. It made more sense strategically to use Lapras, even though Gooby was a cooler Pokemon. That's what it came down to.
Okay.
So, anyway, lastly, Josh sends us a pretty pristine copy. Pristine, excuse me, copy of Oracle of Seasons. We very recently got a copy of Oracle of Ages, and now we have Oracle of Seasons. For the record, you know, it is hard to talk a lot at one time. I do a lot more talking in the mail videos than you do.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm just saying, it's a lot harder, and sometimes I will say things like pristine, which sounds like a really terrible name.
Look at this preteen copy.
I was a preteen when this came out. Next up is a package from, I believe I'm saying this correctly, Terriq. I think it's Terriq. And, oh, well, there's a game in here. But there's also a letter. We'll read the letter. Hi, StephenMail. I have been a huge fan of your vlog channel for 1.5 years now. I wasn't really interested in your Let's Play channel until you did Twilight Princess, and I absolutely loved that Let's Play. Your very first Chuggaaconroy video on your vlog channel was how I found you, and your vlog channel has inspired me to vlog. Keep up the good work, and here's a copy of Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo sounds like that. Eekabokum.
I know that.
Well, you need to learn. That's Banjo. And Kazooie's like. It's hard to do Kazooie. Just give me a break. We have a game in the next one. Animal Crossing City Folk. The one Animal Crossing we didn't have, actually. Because there's 4 now.
Yes.
Right? 5.
Well, if you
4.
count Animal Forest.
Oh, well, we don't. Because we're in America. So 4, and this is the one I didn't have. Okay, City Folk. Awesome, thank you. This is from Twilight Brawler LOL, by the way, who starts his letter by saying, it's Twilight Brawler LOL again. It's hard to say that. The guy who sent you that cloth map of Twilight Princess. Enclosed, I have a copy of Animal Crossing City Folk. You said you didn't have it, and I said, I'll hit you up with a copy. Well, I'm a man of my word. I have one quick question for you though. Has there ever been a time on the vlog when you regretted putting a scene up online, or do you not have that feeling? Anyways, keep up the good work. From your fan, Twilight Brawler, LOL. Let me start by asking you. Is there any scene that you ever went up that afterwards you were like, wish we wouldn't have put that up?
I really can't think of any.
Well, pretty good
Yeah.
for 1,500 days. I have one scene that I wish that if I could go back, I would have cut out of something. It was very, very early on. I have no idea what day it was. But there was a time where we were driving through one of the little country towns that's nearby. I don't remember which town it was, but we were driving through and I had made some kind of offhanded comment about how people should like leave the town because it was a small town and like get out while they still could or something. And I don't know. No one has ever said anything bad about it. I remember reading comments, no one ever said anything bad about that. No one's ever brought it up to me. It's just like a personal thing that I look back on and I'm like, I really wish I would have left that out, you know, because it's not really my place to say where anyone else should live. It was just a feeling that I had personally because, you know, I would not want to live in a small town. But if anyone wants to live in a small town, it's none of my business. But it was just a comment I made that, I don't know, bothered me. It's interesting that it's nothing that anyone's ever like brought up to me. It was never, you know, I don't regret anything else I've put on, anything that other people have like brought to me and been like, I don't like that you did this or whatever, but it was this one thing that no one's ever mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of weird. Anyway, TB Law, thank you very much for the game. Next up is Law of the Cards. Law of Cards.
Cards.
Lot of cards. Let's get to the letter. Mr. and Mrs. Stephen George, it has come to my attention that you have applied for an internship in our gaming division as research assistants. I have reviewed your application and your body of work, and I must say, it is stunning. I am pleased to extend to you an offer to join the Awesome Labs team. I have enclosed a signing bonus in this package as well as some paperwork in preparation for your tenure here. Please contact me as soon as possible, and we will get things started. Welcome to the team, Dr. Awesome.
I applied somewhere?
This is just a fun
Yeah, I got that.
thing. Yeah, but Dr. Awesome, who runs Doc Awesome Games, made a little fun thing from Awesome Labs. But he legit did send us a pissload. Oh, there's even more in here. A pissload of magic cards. And what's interesting is that these are old. These are
vintage?
These are vintage magic cards, and they are still sealed. Urza Saga, Invasion, Plane Shift, Apocalypse, Shadowmoor, Urza's Destiny, Urza's Legacy, and Portal Second Age.
I've never heard of any of those.
They are old. They are very, very old. Like, wow.
I can tell by the graphic design that they're old, but...
Yeah, the logo's never changed, but they can't ever change the logo because of the back of the cards, etc. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But it's still interesting. Wow. Man, some of these are old. We generally open packs on mail now, but with something like this old and vintage, I don't know what to do exactly with these. I feel like maybe we should do it on a vlog sometime and like play with them or something. Like a vintage pack Wars or vintage pack Winston or something.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do that. And Doc Awesome, I hope that's okay. But instead of just cracking these, I think it'd be a lot more fun to play with some really, really, really old stuff. So I'm gonna hide these away for a rainy day, and we'll do some kind of draft thing with them, because I think that would be very entertaining, especially with old cards that I probably haven't even seen before. But this was awesome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And with that, that is it. I told you guys it was short. It was a nice little shorty. A little one.
Like me?
Yes, like you. But if you want to send us mail, you can go over to the channel page, click the
About me.
About tab, yep, and there's the address. You can send stuff our way and we'll get it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next month for more mail.